All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich Chalenza. Thanks for checking out the Rich Chalenza Show. So, what I'm going to talk about today is a gamer body. Now, a lot of people out there may not know what the hell I'm talking about unless maybe you're younger, or I shouldn't say younger, because I think gamers, when I'm speaking of this, I'm talking about people that play a lot of video games. That's been going on for now decades. And sometimes I go to YouTube or I go to podcasts and stuff, and something comes to me. And for instance, today I was on a rooftop in Winter Garden, and I seen a bunch of young guys up there, and I noticed their bodies, and they have what I called a gamer body, and you could call it a Netflix body or whatever, but I think years ago it's kind of like a couch potato body to a certain degree, but I think I should say a gamer body is different. And I hang out with a lot of young guys who I like very much. I got I have a stepson basically that's a gamer, and his friends I'm around as well. And I think I've been putting up some podcasts regarding posture and how it has an impact on your life, the way you talk, the way you stand, the way you sound, what it's doing to your body over the years. Especially your neck, your lower back, what you are conforming into. What are you truly evolving into? What is your body, really, is it becoming weaker, stronger? So I've been talking a lot about posture. But again, I saw today a bunch of young guys with that gamer body. Now, what I look at as a gamer body is somebody who has the C, I called it. Their back is, it looks like a C, a backward C to a certain degree, or depending on which way you're looking at them. But also their neck is kind of leaning forward. And I think a lot of people are getting this besides just gamers. A lot of people who are looking on their phones a lot, and I'm one of them, or their computer, especially if the computer's lower, you're kind of hunching over and looking at it, right? And I don't think a lot of people understand the effect that is going to have on them a lot later in life. Okay, I think you really have to acknowledge that if you are going to have your computer, for instance, or if you're on it a lot, maybe raise it up, something like that. Even video gamer, if you're a gamer, maybe look at the type of seat you're using, the way you're sitting, even the way you're standing a lot of times, because a lot of guys, when we think of gamers, we're only thinking about them being on a computer. A lot of these guys are on their phones gaming, right, throughout the day. So it's kind of a combination. So you kind of have two different, I think, postures a lot of times. You got the one where you're standing and the one when you're sitting. Also, a lot of gamer body, in my opinion, they have that really sunken in chest, right? And then they start to get this belly even at a young age. So it looks, in my opinion, very unhealthy, and it looks very weak. It's almost the opposite of a military stance. If you watch somebody in the military, they kind of puff out their chest, they have that straight back, and they look very polished, very strong, great foundation. And then on the flip side, all of a sudden the gamer foundation, or whatever you want to call it, is kind of looking to me very weak. It almost looks like it's going to fall forward, right? It just doesn't look that appealing. And I think one of the reasons I bring this up is because I try to help young guys, especially when it comes to women. And I'm not telling you guys that women aren't attracted to gamers. That's ridiculous. Or guys that have gamer bodies. Obviously, younger generation especially, you all have a different look compared to my look, say, in the 80s and others in the 90s and 2000s. But I will say, I think overall, it's not just about how you look, okay? It's about what is your body, again, evolving into. Look at 10, 20, 30 years down the line. What do you think you're going to look like? What I think a lot of young people think is I'm going to always change up, or I'm always going to work out, or I'm always going to, I'm a gamer now, and in the future I'll start straightening my back up. I won't be as hunched. But as time goes on, your back, your muscles, everything starts to conform into something. And it's almost, I'm not saying it's impossible to change, but if you do something for such a long period of time, especially something as important as your posture, it's going to be really hard to pull out of, especially when you start to get middle-aged. A lot of guys, young guys, and I'm going to wrap it up with this, you think you're going to be young forever, and I was there. That could go for weightlifting. You think you're going to always be you're going to be strong forever. A gamer body, the reason I bring up the gamer body, you think I'm not going to look like this forever. But back to I'm going to put it this way. If you have bad posture when you're younger, and then you're already starting to conform a belly, most likely, unless you change your eating habits and everything as you get older, it's going to intensify. So not only is your belly, because most men age, they gain a pound a year from 35 to 70, you're going to get a bigger belly. your whole posture is going to look, I think, to a certain degree, deformed. Because if you keep arching yourself forward and your belly keeps growing, and I already see it with guys in their 30s and 40-year-olds, it looks distorted. So I just wanted to do a podcast on this and just bring attention to it. And women, I also notice a lot of girls I know that game too, their postures, believe it or not, aren't that good either. And I also see a lot of women too with their cell phones, I should say more than gaming, I guess you could say, even though there's a lot of women gaming, is their posture is starting to get really whack as well. It's looking very, it looks a little rough. I'm just telling you. And again, if you have breasts, obviously, and they're bigger, whatever, not only is your chest pushing you forward, and then if you start gaming a lot, or you're on your phone a lot, or you're watching TV a lot, again, your posture, you're destroying your foundation. You got to understand later in life, even your breathing, you want to stand back and stand up straight. It's very important on many different levels. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. You got any questions or comments, hit me up. You can email me, rich@richchalenza.com. My website's richchalenza.com. I'm also at masteringselfconfidence.com, where I truly try to help men build their confidence. And I think a lot of people underestimate how important it is that by having a good posture, how it changes the impact of your behavior, even you looking at yourself in the mirror, the way you wear clothes, maybe even when you confront people, having a stronger posture is going to give you that much more confidence, and just in my opinion. So, all right, take care, and I wish everyone nothing but the best.